How you doing? Welcome to DuPage Run Shoot Show Week 7. That's right, Week 7. We are 1/3 of the season left. My name is Peter Leinweber, aka Coach Big Pete of Deep Dish Football. Make sure you follow Coach Big Pete and Deep Dish Football on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. My email is coachbigpetefp@gmail.com. Now I swing it over to my co-host, the DuPage Run Shoot, Mr. Patrick Codo. Take it away, sir.
What is up, everybody? This is Patrick Codo, the co-host of DuPage Run and Shoot. I'm also a sports reporter over at NCTV 17, and I even host a podcast show called Codo's Mojo. So you can find us everywhere on Facebook, X, Instagram, and if you want to email me any questions or send me a photo of batteries being thrown, my email is pcodo@nctv17.org.
All right, let's get into some of the Week 6 crazy scores of DuPage County, sir. And we get into the
Jesus Christ, talk about that.
St. Francis 35, IC 34. St. Francis wins the big game on a 2-point conversion going forward. What do you have to say, sir?
Talk about guts. I love what St. Francis did. Going for 2 and the win. Love it, love it, love it. Let's be real. No lead was safe. No defense. Probably the smart move to go for 2. Paid off for St. Francis, and for a team like IC, this is honestly good for them.
Yeah, and
you get that one loss out of the way. Now you build up. Now you learn from it and kick your ass down the road.
Doesn't help when you got Leinweber Academy coming up this weekend.
I'm just gonna say, fuck.
All right, next game, and this is a little big shocker. Providence Catholic 38, Montini 7, sir. What do you think, sir?
Yeah, definitely it's a shock. Obviously props to Providence Catholic for getting the dominating win, but Loyola was one of those teams that hit a massive wall last week. I'm sorry, Montini. Montini hit a pretty big wall last week. Been lighting it up the first 5 weeks, going 5-0, and then it's like they just got run over by a giant ass freight train. Don't know what happened. They literally walked out. They literally left that game. The game was at Providence, right?
Yes, homecoming, I believe.
They literally walked out of Providence Catholic like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
Did we just get hit by a fucking train? Because that's what happened. Hopefully they can learn from this and keep grinding.
And like I said last week, I think Providence's defense has tightened things up weekly by the week. But this
absolutely
Montini team, like and what you just said, if I see again, this is a good loss. This is a loss that you can learn a lot from. And again, this is good things for Montini football.
Providence doesn't play around too. You saw them make it to the 4A state championship game last year.
And again, Montini, again, like I see, they've been able to survive, and they have the playoff points, even if they were to lose the rest of their games, to get into the playoffs. And Montini,
you don't want to lose the rest of your games. You don't want it.
And Montini's at 3A, so
yeah. So
all right. Wheaton Academy 51, Bishop McNamara 0.
Wow. I don't know what else to do, but good for Wheaton Academy.
Wheaton Academy just keeps shocking me every week. They just keep shocking me. The loss that they had, it was against Royal Christian, if I'm not mistaken, but the wins that they've been able to muster up, absolutely impressive. Wheaton Academy team, they're going to be another dark horse when we get into the playoffs in November.
I agree. Yep. There's a lot of dark horses coming into the playoffs, Pete.
Especially out of DuPage. Not this dark horse. Dwight 35, Westmont.
That's what else is new?
Yeah. Big shout out to my alma mater of Westmont, but it's tough. Dwight's a tough team. Dwight's going to be in the playoffs, and again, Dwight it was a lot like Westmont in the coming years of just being a whipping horse, and that they had 1 year, it was like 4 or 5 years ago, where they were in the playoffs. But Dwight's looking good. Lake Park 27, Glenbar North 14, Lake Park.
Do you believe it? Lake Park's 4-2. They need one more to be playoff eligible. Come on, Lancers.
And it's awesome to hear about Lake Park. It's really good. I'm really excited about this. Coach Kirkpatrick deserves this. That team deserves it. He's worked absolute wonders with
We
this.
definitely have a lot of good coaches, some good coach of the year candidates.
Oh,
lots
yes, we do.
Year, lots of most improved teams.
Yes. And this Lake Park team has been improved. Next one, and this was a Mr. Codo call.
Who called it? Who called it?
Wheaton Warrenville South 20, Wheaton North 17. Big shout out to you, Mr. Codo. You called it.
A big shout out too to the Wheaton South defense, forcing 4 turnovers, including a John Jansen interception that he had late in the game. That Tiger team came to play. Matt Kreider, 163 yards rushing. I mean, Wheaton South had full control of that game. From the kickoff, they had full control. Wheaton North tried to get back in it, but it was too little too late. Props to Wheaton South.
And Matthew Kreider has been on fire for the Wheaton Warrenville South Tigers. And big shout out to Coach Norris. And they got a big battle coming up this week, and we'll talk about that.
Oh, there's a lot of big battles coming up this week, Pete.
Yep. Nequa Valley 41, Matea Valley 0. Any surprise?
Nope. But Nequa needed this, obviously, in the worst way possible after they lost their shit against Central. They needed this because they have another big one coming up.
Yep. Waubonsie Valley 42, DeKalb 27.
Waubonsie's coming. They're coming.
Tyler Fred.
Huh?
Tyler Fred.
Not just Tyler Threet. Brady Teeple. Trent Selby. Luke Elsey. That whole team in general. Christian Simmons. Julia Johnson. Tinny.
And Elsie's. What are you going to say?
This team's got talent.
And Elsey was. I thought this was that last season he was going to do this, but this is going to be.
It was a new team last year, but this team is.
Yeah.
Another most improved team if they keep it up.
Definitely. Naperville Central 21. Naperville North 14. Sir, you were at that game. Go ahead, go crazy.
I was at that game. I was on the call. Naperville Central got off to a quick 14-0 lead. Jack Cook with a couple touchdowns of Chris Byrne, and then the offense stalled. Missed the field goal. Maybe should not have gone for it at one point. Naperville North had 2 Cole Arl touchdowns, which was shocking. That they came that soon because Arl was they didn't use Arl that much. And then he popped an 81-yard touchdown. In the fourth quarter, they tied it up. North had Central pinned back inside their own 5-yard line. They kept moving the ball. One of the key plays was a short Jack Cook pass to Alex Leibo, the junior. That is a name you must watch. And another name that's been on the rise lately, Aiden fucking Clark. He was just trying to get them in field goal range. No, he wanted the touchdown. Runs for over 30 yards. Stretches the ball with the goal line. Touchdown. Nicks a violet, picks off Jacob Bell to end the game. Woo-wee, that was a barn burner.
And again,
this Naperville Central defense has been unreal all season long.
And you've been on fire. You were on fire when you talked about this last week. Congrats, my man. Congrats.
Oh, yes.
All right. Streeter 54, Lyle 21. Streeter came back with Christian Benning. Benning's been back. He's back now, the quarterback. Not much of a surprise, but
Lyle's been eliminated from the playoffs. So
another tough season. This is going to be a tough season for Lyle. Not used to it. Bartlett 57, Fenton 20. Surprise.
Nope, but good for Bartlett.
Yep. That's a big win for Bartlett. Glenbard Self 14, Self Elgin 13. This is crazy. I saw the fourth quarter. Self Elgin missed extra point, hits the bar. Unbelievable job by Glenbard Self's defensive line. And overall, Glenbard Self, that's their second running back they had.
I love this kid. Holy shit, Vontae Clark. I love this kid. Love this kid. And this is probably the biggest win of the season for Glenbard South.
Yeah.
Because you just stopped the team that's been owning the Upstate 8. No offense. I still love South Elgin. But, in past years, South Elgin's gotten bounced to the second round of the playoff.
And 4 seasons.
Is this the game that could juice up the storm and really wake up and say, guys, we're going to be playing like teams like this in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Get your shit together. And let's play some football.
And
I feel
again,
like this is huge for South Elgin.
I think again, all the things about Glenbard itself are in the right position, especially with their senior leadership. Coach Chrissy has done a wonderful job.
We also have you also have the best quarterback probably in school history, Michael Champagne.
And yeah, and with Glenbard itself, the big question was, can they get over the hump that is South Elgin? And they did. And they got the win. And I just this team, when they get into the playoffs.
Although for a team like South Elgin, I would not, I'd be scared of them. I'd be scared of them right now. They're gonna be playing pissed off.
Glenbard East 56, Elgin 7. Surprise.
Moving on.
West Chicago 21, Streamwood 17. West
Chicago again.
4-2.
Oh boy, they're 1 win away from being playoff eligible.
And it's great. This is just an absolute great story. And I can just remember the first year of Coach Chavez, and Coach Chavez was very humble, and he knew
we love you, Coach Chavez.
Yes, we do. And that whole team, it's great to see. This is a great story for West Chicago. This is a great story for a community, and we're very happy with it. Addison Trail, 40,
please make the playoffs.
Yes, please do. Addison Trail 41, Proviso West 6.
Another team that was struggling last year is 4-2. Pete, what universe are we in right now?
And
I love it.
Addison Trail's got more than this Friday. So this is going to be a big.
So Addison Trail has a shot to be playoff eligible for the first time since 2014, if I'm correct.
Yes. Great to see.
Go.
DGS 21, Hinsdale South 17. DGS.
Downers Grove South had full control of that game all game long.
Davis, absolute stud. I can't stop.
You just can't stop him.
Yeah, he was unbelievable. He had a couple plays called back too, but big shout to Deion Davis and DGS. This was a much needed win as they get into that playoff hunt. Glenbard West 42, Hinsdale Central 21. Surprise.
No, but Glenbard West has woken up.
Yep, they're up and they're pissed.
They're alive.
All right, and for the big game, York 32, DGN 21. No Noah battle. What do you think, sir?
That kind of hurt Downers Grove North, even though they struck first. York also has a running back by the name of Jake Million, who ran for 257 yards.
Yep.
Pete, I'm not going to lie. This York team continues to impress us every week.
And
this is another good test. Another good test for the Dukes, and they passed it.
Jake Mel's one of the top players in DuPage County, one of the top players in Illinois. Overall, Owen Lansu has steadily impressed me every game, especially when I saw.
Oh yeah, Owen Lansu looks really good. He's only a sophomore too, right?
Yes. That first quarter of the game, ability to stand under pressure and deliver the touchdown pass, unbelievable. But this kid is going to be something special for the Trojans.
I think this is also a loss that Downers Grove North needed as well.
Yes, and and definitely, and like I said, you don't want to get into the playoffs.
Sure, it may kind of ruin their shots of the West Suburban Silver, but you're fine. You're fine. You're fine.
Yep. Yeah, and again, DGN's going to be back.
Who cares about conference titles? It's the state titles, right?
Agreed. Willowbrook 43, Proviso East 8. Willowbrook, Arthur Palenke had a huge game. Palacky, what do you think, sir?
Good win for Willowbrook. What are they 4-2 now?
Yeah, I think so.
That's huge. I mean, some teams that got off to slow starts are waking up, Pete. They're waking up.
St. Lawrence 30, Bennett 6. St. Lawrence is that damn good.
That's a gut punching loss for Bennett.
Yes,
because if you looked at the schedule on the home stretch, it ain't pretty.
No, it's not.
This was a loss that Bennett Academy needed to have. This was a win that Bennett needed badly, and Aaron balled out against the Red Wings, scoring a couple touchdowns. And Bennett really couldn't find their groove, and they're in trouble right now. They're in trouble.
And again, that St. Lawrence offensive line is punishing. That St. Lawrence defense, they'll eat you for dinner. That's this St. Lawrence team.
Well, they ate Bennett Academy for dinner last Saturday night.
This is what St. Lawrence is one of those underrated teams in that CCL. Coach Neeson's doing a wonderful job. I'm telling you right now. keep a close eye out for St. Lawrence. All right, IHSA games of the week: Batavia 21, Geneva 18. Batavia puts the little brother back in their position, and Batavia is now on the top of the Duquesne. What do you think, sir?
So, I thought this was going to be a barn burner, but both, defensive coaches really had a good game plan for both defenses. I am really impressed with both defenses. Sure, Geneva lost, but I'm impressed. I've been impressed. I think they lived up to the challenge. Obviously, nobody wants to lose, but sometimes losses are good because it can help you. We've seen 3 lost teams, 4 lost teams, 2 lost teams win state titles. We even make it to state. We've seen 4 lost teams make it to state.
Yeah.
This ain't the end of the world, boys. Chill the fuck out.
Yeah, and I think Geneva
again. What could Ryan Bowe not do? Made big plays, had a key touchdown, a key quarterback sneak, game momentum. Batavia had a 14-3 lead. Geneva makes it a game, but Batavia puts it away. This was the matchup we expected.
And
Geneva's fine. He was fine. They're fine.
Yeah, and there's this isn't a game that had
what are they now? 5-1?
Yeah. And Geneva.
It's just one loss, guys. Yeah. Relax.
And Geneva's going to kill a bunch of Geneva in the playoffs is going to be an absolute beast. So I don't doubt that.
Relax, Geneva. You're fine. It happens.
All right. Sacred Heart Griffin 24, Glenwood 17. Sacred Heart Griffin gets the big win after Glenwood got a big loss. They're now on a 2-loss streak with MacArthur and Sacred Heart Griffin. Sacred Heart Griffin. Everyone thought that it wasn't going to happen. That it was some rough years because Leonard's gone. Nah. What do you think, sir?
Well, first and foremost, it's Sacred Heart Griffin. No matter who's coaching the team, those boys are gonna be ready to play.
Yep.
Y'all really got comfortable thinking they were gonna be shit.
No. Last one. For the games of the week, last week, Lena 59, DuPage 27. Lena Winslow's offensive line 8 that DuPage's defense.
Well, Lena Winslow shows why they are a threat in 1A. Hey, when can they move up to 2A? Put them in 3A for fuck's sakes.
And again, Lena Winslow, that big game that's coming up, I think it's next week at Lena Winslow versus Forston. I think Lena Winslow is going to win again this weekend, but that Lena Winslow Forston game is going to be a big game.
We're going to touch on that next week, right? We have to touch on that game.
Hopefully, definitely. All right. DuPage games of the week, and we got the first big game because everyone's been talking about it. IC versus Loyola Academy. What do you think, sir? Can IC get the upset?
This is going to be, well, first of all, they're going to have to play turnover-free football. 1 turnover against Loyola, and you're fucked.
Yeah.
I think IC will give them a fight, but it's Loyola, man.
They got to put pressure on Fitzgerald. That's going to be key.
Yeah.
And they got 2 great running backs. And it's going to
We've seen Loyola beat the shit out of, top tier teams.
Yep. And we're going to see IC. The big thing will be at defensive line taking on Loyola's offensive line. That's going to be
some beef.
That's going to be a key battle. That's going to be a huge battle, and we will see what happens. Overall, Mandela's got to have he's got to have a career game. And overall, it's just in the trenches. Loyola's got the advantage. You have to see it. It's just there. It's going to be a good game, but it's just welcome to the CCL.
Tough.
Welcome to the Chicago Catholic League.
Yes.
Yep. St. Rita versus St. Francis. St. Francis, big win. Spirits are boosted. They take on a tough St. Rita team. Devastating ground attack. Just scary as hell, that offensive line. DJ Stewart of St. Rita. What do you think, sir?
I think St. Rita could, I think IC, or not IC, St. Francis, I feel like they'll be too hungover from that win. And I feel like St. Rita's going to steal one.
Again, this is Alessio. That's going to be the key. And again, Ian Willis, that connection, that's going to be huge too. Next one, Montini takes on St. Viator. They have a St. Viator team that's trying to get into the playoffs. 3-3. What do you think, sir?
Montini gets back in the win column.
Ooh. Okay.
They're pissed off after Providence. They're not going to let last year. They're not going to let last year hit them.
What no surprises with Colt Kemet's little brother at quarterback for St. Viator?
I mean, his older brother's team can't even win a game.
Hey. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's going to be a good game. I think Montini, I think Carbonaro, their quarterback, I think he's going to have a great game. And St. Viator's got a hell of a running back. Ellis, their running back he's a star. He's a player that you got to keep an eye out for in that game. Wheaton Warrenville South takes on Lake Park. This is a great game, Mr. Codo.
This is a game that nobody expected to be on anyone's radar, but holy shit.
No.
It is. And guess who's going to be playoff eligible this Friday?
Yep.
Lake Park.
Oh, again.
You thought I was going to say Wheaton South? No.
I've been very impressed with Wheaton Warrenville South's offensive line, their growth. This week's going to be a big week, especially for Matthew Kreider. And again, defensive-wise, again, against Lake Park's offensive line, that's going to be another key matchup to look out for. Wheaton North takes on Geneva. There's a Wheaton North. Can Wheaton North sum up all of the powers and get the upset against Geneva? What do you think, sir?
But Wheaton North is 3-3 on the year. They're coming off 2 gut-punching losses to Batavia and Wheaton Warrenville South. Both teams are coming in playing pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Geneva gets the win.
Oh, okay. I think the only thing that I see again is if Max Hauser can ball out. I think that's going to be big for that game for Wheaton North.
Right.
Next, Neuqua Valley takes on Waubonsie Valley in the Big DuPage Valley Conference battle. What do you think, sir?
Sound the alarm, Pete. Sound the alarm, Pete. I'm going upset alert. Waubonsie Valley will be playoff eligible for the first time since 2018 come this Friday.
And that is Naperville Central alumni Patrick Codo saying that Waubonsie Valley is going to beat Neuqua Valley. If you see him, get the batteries ready. Again, the main question is Neuqua Valley. What Neuqua Valley are we going to get?
What kind of Neuqua Valley offense are we going to get?
Exactly.
The defense is fine. What offense are we going to get?
And they have the players, too, on that defense. And offensive-wise, again, the passing attack.
It's not bad. Miles Miskell, Carter Stairs, Silvano Spadafora.
Sakari, but we'll
it just hasn't clicked this year.
Next one, West Chicago versus Glenbard South in an epic matchup that we didn't think would ever be a big matchup, but it is now.
The sirens are still going, Pete.
Takes on undefeated Glenbard South.
Upset alert.
Wow.
If West Chicago wants to make the playoffs, they're going to have to play teams like this. Get them ready for the playoffs.
That is Patrick Codo of NCTV, 17 TV. Please, just a quick reminder. It's West Chicago right now. Focus on this game, Glenbard South. Don't think about the other games.
Yeah, I was going to say after last week, West Chicago's like, all right, guys, Glenbard South.
Yeah, and again, I think again with West Chicago, the big thing will be, can they produce any rushing yardage on this Glenbard South defensive line? Because that's going to be the big thing for that game. Next one, Glenbard West takes on York. Glenbard West playing pissed off right now. York undefeated, happy after the big win after DGN. What do you think, sir?
I think York's going to keep the ball rolling and put a stop to Glenbard West's momentum.
This one's another tough matchup because it can go any way. And with Glenbard West, the big thing is going to be the offensive production that they have against the York defense. That's going to be huge. That's just it's going to be at York too, and that's a great thing for York. So yeah, I agree with you too, sir. Lions versus DGN. DGN comes out back from a tough loss, and they go against the tough Lions team that's been up and down weekly. What do you think, sir?
Is Noah Battle going to be clear to play, or what's up with them?
I don't talk about injuries.
All right, Owen Lansue, your time to shine, my man.
Again, this is going to be this will be a great game. The Lions, the trench warfare, especially with Eddie Turek on defensive line for Lions, absolute stud.
I think too. I think this is, not saying in a bad way, but I think not having Noah Battle is good for Lansue.
Yeah,
because obviously everyone's relying on Battle, and he's like, shit.
Yep.
Dude, you're a quarterback. You got to help your team out too. It's Lansue's time to shine now.
Yep.
And I'm sure Noah Battle is going to be his number one fan. Trust me.
IHSA games of the week. Edwardsville takes on Belleville East. Belleville East, one loss, taking on an undefeated Edwardsville. Edwardsville has been on fire. They still have not yet played East St. Louis. Belleville East.
How many matches? There are a lot of matchups that we're seeing on this list that back in the summer we're like, oh, this team's going to be shit. Yeah. Oh, no. These are some matchups that we did not see coming a couple months ago.
Yeah, and Belleville East has had a wonderful season. They bounced back after a loss to East St. Louis. What do you think, sir?
Well, East St. Louis is pretty fucking good. They're always full of, just want to know where their kids come from. Yeah. But I feel like that, Edwardsville has been just kept on impressing us. They're one of the, hot dogs down south. I think Edwardsville stays undefeated.
Okay. I like that. And again, I think Jay Curry's on fire. It's going to be tough for that Belleville defense getting pressure on Jay Curry because that offensive line is just clicking. Next one in the CPS Saturday game, Morgan Park takes on Kenwood Broncos.
Speed is the name of this game, Pete. And
this game there's always an edge with both these teams. This is some old school CPS football right here. What do you think, sir?
I think we're going to see a lot of rushing yards racked up in this game.
And Marquise Lightfoot is back for Kenwood as well, their star defensive end.
Oh, shit.
So.
But I think Morgan Park, they've been impressed. We only talked about them once, and they held with Mount Carmel.
Yep. And
yeah. Maybe Morgan Park keeps it going.
Yeah, Kenwood, the first two games, they've been a little bit disappointing. Marcus Fraxton for Morgan Park has been an absolute star. Their Slim Reaper, their wide receiver, is an absolute stud for Morgan Park. And Coach James, both coaches, Sneak Turner too, both great coaches. This is going to be a good game and definitely something to be watched. This is just going to be an epic CPS battle, and there's going to be a lot of great CPS battles. We got Edmondson versus Taft, and Simeon versus Phillips as well. And the last one, I'm throwing you for a loop, my man. Casey Westfield takes on the Mount Carmel Golden Aces.
This is the Southern Illinois Mount Carmel people, not the Chicago Mount Carmel.
No.
And we're gonna be seeing a lot of explosive offenses. Casey Westfield loves to run the ball.
And again,
they are going to tire out that Aces defense.
Connor Sullivan, linebacker from Casey Westfield, is name to keep an eye out for. Mount Carmel, Blaine Sisson, Connor Shelby, offensive lineman, absolute beast. I think this is at the Snake Pit too, at Mount Carmel. It's at the Snake Pit. You ever seen the Snake Pit?
I've seen photos of the Snake Pit. I know exactly what it's a hill. The stands are a hill.
That's awesome. And have you ever seen Jacobs Field?
No.
It's just a little bit like that, but the Snake Pit's got more.
The Jacobs here up north of us.
Algonquin, yeah.
No shit.
It's got a nice little built-in hill fit, I think, but that's.
Well, I think Anna Jonesboro down in Anna, Illinois, kind of has that too.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen Anna Jonesboro, but Anna Jonesboro has that too.
I saw one picture of it. Again, but that snake pit is just absolute because it's just so diagonal and it's unbelievable. But big
I
shout
think
out.
they have turf too, if I'm correct. The Aces do.
Yes, they do. And again, this is going to be a big game for the Golden Aces in the snake pit as they take on Casey Westfield. All right, 2 questions. Who is the best wide receiver in DuPage County? Donald Greenfield of Lombard.
Ooh, that's a great question. Who's the best wide receiver? Well, obviously you can't go wrong with Luke Williams from Naperville North.
Cam Williams, Lombard South.
Chris Byrne has been slowly waking up for Naperville Central.
IC's Corner, tight end, and they have a wide receiver as well.
Ian Willis is a receiver, right, for St. Francis?
Yes.
There's him too.
Luke Melander from York. He's a starting receiver that you've got to know about as well too. Ellens for he plays a little bit wide receiver, not that much, but for Lombard West, he's pretty good.
I was just gonna say, isn't he a running back?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of anyone else. Wayne Academy, Brett Casper, but he's a quarterback, but he's going to be a Division I wide receiver. My personal feeling.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of anyone else. Naperville Central. I'm trying to think. Naperville.
I just said Chris Byrne is likely
Chris
up
Byrne,
there.
That's right, Chris Byrne. I forgot about Chris Byrne. Bennett Academy.
Rocky Rostanova.
Yep. Montini's got some young cats too to keep an eye out for as well. Yeah, that's actually a good question. But yeah,
great question.
Yeah, actually, the funny thing about DuPage County is the wide receiver production, especially just in recruiting wise, has picked up tremendously with Cam Williams,
Luke Williams,
and it's just been unbelievable. All right, and we have the smart ass question of the day. Tom Caprinetti of Elmhurst. How are the Bears looking?
Terrible. We ask ourselves, why are we still Bears fans?
Mm-hmm.
Why are we still Bears fans, especially after what happened on Sunday? Why does Matt Eberflus and Luke Getzey still have a job?
Luke Getzey is an enigma wrapped in a question wrapped in a.
My old roommate hates Getzey. He is the biggest Getzey hater ever, and I support it.
He is. This might be before your time. He reminds me a lot of John Shoup with a concussion protocol.
Shit. Mike Martz with a concussion.
Yes. Mike Martz throw.
Nobody likes Mike.
We got to throw the ball. 2 yards. There's 2 yards on the goal line, Mike Martz. Oh, you got to throw the ball. No. But,
damn ball.
Yeah.
Just don't run shotgun, okay? What the fuck was that?
And it's like it's 2 quarters he's good, and then after that, screw it.
That's what happened on Sunday with the Bears. The offense, like, all right, we're looking good. Now we're just gonna
Yeah.
The Broncos come back and win it.
Oh,
Flus and Getzey need to leave.
Hopefully they can get the upset against the Washington Commanders.
It is not Fields' fault, people. It is not. I don't know
Agreed.
What's going on. Huh?
Agreed. You're right.
I don't know I don't know what's going on in your brain. I don't know why. There were some people chanting Caleb Williams after the game. I'm like, oh, listen to that stupidity.
And by the way, just to let you guys know, Tyson Bagent is nothing to write home about. He's a good young quarterback, but you do not want to deal with his dad. His dad's a pain in the ass.
I did not. I'm just showing you about this now.
Yes. So, just a quick reminder. All right, that is it for DuPage Run and Shoot. Like the smart ass question about the Bears. I'm gonna cry now. All right.
Yeah. Okay. Whoever this person is, you little.
My name is Pierre Leinweber, aka Coach Big Pete of Deep Dish Football. Make sure you follow Coach Big Pete and Deep Dish Football on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. I email coachbigpetefp@gmail.com. I swing it off now to my co-host, Mr. Patrick Codo. Please take it away, sir.
This is Patrick Codo, the co-host of DuPage Run and Shoot, a sports reporter over at NCTV 17, and the co-host of Codo's Mojo. You can find us everywhere on Facebook, X, and Instagram. If you got any questions, email me at pcodo at NCTV. Email me at pcodo at nctv17.org. I will see a lot of you at Naperville Central and DeKalb on Friday.
That's going to be a good game. Check it out.
I was gonna say the Cal's gonna be hungry on Friday.
Oh yeah.